a members-only blockchain-based exchange that facilitates cannabis-related transactions between exchange members. This is a B2B platform that offers competitive pricing from traditional bank movement pricing. We've partnered with compliance companies and national bank companies to offer the number one solution that's going to be out there today.
From Bumminit Media, it's the MJBulls podcast, a show about raising capital in the cannabis industry. I'm Dan Humiston, and on today's show, how Mark Denzin's company, C2 LLC, is using cryptocurrency and blockchain technology to cure cannabis companies' banking headache. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Super excited to have you on the show today. I can't wait to hear all about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And hey, before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about you. Why don't you tell the listeners your background and what got you to cannabis?
I'm a serial entrepreneur from day one. I've been able to create businesses that have value and move forward. I've been fortunate enough to be part of some companies like GoDaddy.com in the early days, Endurance International. We both web hosting companies. You might know some of the brands from Endurance, like Fat Cow, HostGator, and a number of other brands that we've worked with over the past to enable them to be successful. We've taken those companies public, and it really enables the customer experience is what drives our success.
That's great. Man, those are big names.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And really in the early days of domain names and web hosting really applies to my current venture as well. Back then, it was technology was changing the world and people were building websites to drive e-commerce and business. And with our current venture utilizing blockchain technology, we're going to be able to create that same type of growth pattern, similar to what we did in the GoDaddy and the iPower days.
You are definitely onto something with cryptocurrency. Like, I don't know a lot about blockchain, but from what I understand, it has the power to change every aspect of our lives. I know last year it got a ton of attention.
Yeah, and there's definitely some great things that happened in cryptocurrency and blockchain over the past few years. One of the best things I tell people that happened to groups like ours is Bitcoin went up to almost $20,000. And the second best thing that happened, it went down to almost $6,000. It really grabbed the attention of a lot of interested people that didn't understand it before and maybe still don't. But then what they did find out, the understand the volatility that can be around a non-asset backed cryptocurrency model as that is. That's really helped people come to the future and go, what more can it do?
Well, what you're doing right now is one example of what more can do. I know the cannabis industry, everyone knows, is plagued by a banking problem. And you can probably elaborate more on that.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the biggest problems is banking in the cannabis industry and handling so much cash. So what we offer is the ability to have a full bank account that goes through traditional banking methodologies.
Wow. I don't mean to cut you off, but having a full bank account for a cannabis company right now is huge. Being able to pay bills, keep your money safe, and not have to deal with all that cash, that's a game changer. Now, the C2 platform is designed for business to business, like dispensaries to grows or MIPS. Can you just explain how the C2 platform works?
Yeah, so we derived our company out of a need for compliance for offering B2B, business to business transactions in the financial world here. The biggest problem, again, is once you get the monies into the bank, how do I transmit that value to another business to pay a bill or whatever it may be? And so right now, if you wired money, you can transmit information and say, okay, it's for something, right? But it doesn't really capture the known source of funds. It doesn't capture the background checks and all the data that comes around the principles of that company. And it doesn't capture the reason for that transaction. So what blockchain does for us we partnered with Integrated Compliance Solutions, which is a full BSA, Bank Secrecy Act software that allows cannabis-related businesses and banks to bank it. They connect all the seed-to-sale systems and allow to capture all that known source of funds. So what we developed was to allow ICS, company working with our national bank partner, to offer a compliance package that's really going to make sense for every client that's out there in the cannabis-related business that wants to continue doing business in a manner that's really going to make a difference for not only their company, but their investors to feel more secure that they know they're a legitimate business, they are doing legitimate bank transactions, and will not have any issues from that. So the investor actually feels more comfortable working with a solution like ours and to enable them to get their money back out of their investment as they expect.
I know one thing that most people are concerned about when it comes to cryptocurrency is how safe is it? If I convert my cash into crypto, will it be safe? So security is probably the most important thing to see too.
It is. So as you join our platform, it's a members only platform. We offer full banking services that come with it. So we have to do full background checks on everybody. We have to understand that the folks that are going to be on our platform are 100% compliant. That's the first piece. So the comfortability of knowing when you transmit my information and the value of what I'm purchasing is going to fit federal requirements, state and local level. That's probably one of the greatest things we're going to do, because today the biggest problem is cash. And we've seen more cash than I could ever think was available on the streets. And most of the businesses have been put in this position because either they didn't feel comfortable with the financial institution or there just wasn't a financial institution to allow that. And so law enforcement is really excited to work with, and local governments, because we do multiple things. We help get the cash off the streets. We enable the government to track and understand the tax liability a lot better, and being able to not do cash transactions, because there's three ways where they can move money these days. I can throw money in the back of my car and go to one place to another with $100,000 or more. That doesn't sound very safe. I can hire armed personnel to do that, or an armored car. And all those have risk, costs, and liability.
So obviously C2 has to expand quickly. And you're right now in the middle of a capital raise. Can you share with our listeners your investment offering?
Yeah, C2 is currently raising $4.25 million. We're offering 85 units at $50,000 a unit, which is 32% of the company that we're offering. ROIs based on that is 122% in year one, and moving up to close to 600-700% by year 3 and 4. And it's really amazing on how we utilize blockchain, how we leverage our partnership with Integrated Compliance Solutions and our national bank partner in order to drive the projections and what we have.
So I also heard that you're giving your customers an opportunity to become investors. Is that correct?
Yeah, so for investors that are looking at C2 and banking solutions that allow compliant transactions, we actually have a number of current cannabis-related businesses that have invested with us. Because not only can you invest with us and see great returns, but you can also become a customer within our ecosystem too. So most of the folks we talk to that are interested in investing are already going to be on our platform. So you have a choice. You can be a customer, or you can be an investor and customer and share on the upside and how we generate our income.
Okay, to recap for our listeners, you're raising $4.25 million, which is 32% of your company. That's 85 units, $50,000 per unit. So can you take a minute to explain to us your expansion plans and how you intend to use the money?
Part of the reason for the raise is for expansion. Due to federal laws, cannabis-related businesses can only bank in that state that they do business in. So we have to set up a completely separate ecosystem. And our first one is California, which is obviously the largest economy in the world. So our clear first pick to where to go. The next one is Nevada. That's where our headquarters is. And also Integrated Compliance Solutions is there as well. So as a natural fit, we're very close with the government there we've been working with. And it's enabled us to really move forward with energy companies there, tax groups. So we can enable that business to pay taxes utilizing our blockchain. You can pay your energy costs, you can pay your landlord. We've really built a really nice ecosystem for the future here.
Okay, you're going to start in California, then you're going to expand to Nevada. Got it. Before we went on, you talked to me about the CBD hemp exchange, which sounded super exciting. Can you share with our listeners the details of that?
Actually, just recently, and it's not on our current pitch deck, is we've had so many CBD hemp-related businesses that have been asking me to create a B2B exchange for them. We just actually approved Monday night to move forward to create a B2B CBD hemp exchange to allow nationwide businesses to transact hemp, raw hemp product distillate, isolate, crude, any type of CBD product. They can bank in our platform. The hardest part is understanding the smart contract aspect. So kind of think of escrow agency, but a lot cleaner, a better process. So we're really excited to be able to offer that nationwide.
Mark, this is a really exciting deal, and I know there's going to be a lot of interest. We have your pitch deck video on the MJBulls website at MJBulls.com. But if people want more information or if they want to talk to you directly, how should they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm fully comfortable giving out my personal cell phone number, 602-367-6666. Again, it's 602-367-6666. Or you can email me anytime at mark, M-A-R-K, Denzin, D-E-N-Z-I-N, at c2venture.com.
Mark, thanks for being with us today. You got a really exciting deal. I can't wait to see how this thing comes together.
Really appreciate you having us on the show. We're looking forward to speaking to all the investors and listeners that you have. So thank you for your time.
Well, good luck, and let's stay in touch. Thanks for listening to the MJBulls podcast. To see today's guest pitch deck or to apply to be a guest, visit our website at MJBulls.com. And if you like the show, give us a review on iTunes. Today's show is produced by Bumminet Media. I'm Dan Humiston, and you've been listening to the MJBulls podcast.